Welcome to the online version of the Freelance Writing Business course. My name is Paul Lima. I'm your instructor. This is the second supplementary course video. And in this course video, I'd like to take a moment and just talk to you a little bit more about the query letter. Or as I've mentioned, the query letter or query email. You send your queries when you're trying to sell article ideas to editors of newspapers and magazines. You send them primarily by email these days. There's a lot of information about the query letter and a number of sample queries in your course lecture notes and the course textbook, everything you wanted to know about freelance writing, which you should have by now. But I'd like to reinforce a few points here. The query letter is a freelance writer's most important tool, especially if you want to target newspapers and magazines. It's your calling card, it's how you introduce yourself to editors, and it's how you present your ideas, and it's how you present your ability to write as well. So the editors, when they're looking at your query letters, say, this is a freelance writer with an idea that's targeted at our publication, and oh look, this writer can write. They get all of that information from your query letter. It's basically what you use to pitch your article ideas, so your query letter has to be picture perfect. A lot of writers start their query letters with, "Hi, how are you? I'm a freelance writer. I'd like to write for you." And the fact is, that's kind of boring, and that's not how you want to start your query letter. In fiction writing, there's a statement that goes something like this: show, don't tell. And that applies to query letters as well. In other words, in fiction, if you have a character who's angry, you don't tell the reader this character is angry. You show the character being angry by his actions, by his words, and things like that. And in freelance writing, you have to show, not tell as well. So in other words, you don't tell the editor, "Boy, have I got a great idea for your publication." You show the editor that you have a great idea. What you want to do is right off the top, instead of saying, "I'm a freelance writer with an idea for your publication," is you start your query letter as if it were an article that was going to appear in the newspaper and magazine. You start your query letter with an attention-grabbing lead, just like you were starting the article. So the editor reads this, and you've captured his or her attention, and the editor, as the editor is reading your lead of your query letter, is starting to think about his or her readers, and if they would be interested in this as well. In other words, the editor is kind of like the gatekeeper, and you have to sell your idea to the editor in order to be able to sell the article to the editor, in order to be able to reach the readers of the publication. If your lead gets the editor thinking that the publication's readers would be interested in your article idea, then the editor is more likely to buy from you. So if you don't capture the editor's attention, it's hard to hold the editor's interest, and it becomes hard to sell the idea. So literally, as you will see from the examples in the textbook and the lecture notes, you start your query letter as if you were writing the article. That doesn't mean you go out and do all your research and have all that information, but you start your query letter with an attention-grabbing lead. And if you do that, you're more likely to sell your idea to the editor. Then once you've captured the editor's attention with your great lead, then you can start to tell the editor a little bit. For this article, I will interview the following people, or the types of people that you'll interview, the kind of article you think it should be, if it's a profile, if it's a news article, if it's a feature. You get to tell the editor a little bit about that, and then you get to tell the editor a little bit about yourself. So it's kind of going counterintuitively. Most people think they should say, "Hi, how are you? I'm a freelance writer. I can write articles for you. Would you like to buy an article from me?" What I'm suggesting you do is you literally start your query letter with a lead, just like you would start your article, to capture the editor's attention. Once you've captured the editor's attention, then you tell the editor a little bit more about the article, a little bit more about yourself, and you close with some sample clips or a link to your website, and all of that is discussed in great detail in the course, in the lecture notes, and in the course textbook. So for your query letter assignment, take a good look at the samples, come up with a great idea, come up with the kind of publication you think would be interested in it, and then spend some time to nail that lead to your query letter. And then tell the editor a little bit more about the article, a little bit about yourself, and you close. And you do all of that in one page. So I hope this has been helpful. I'll see you online. Take care.